Broadcasting live from the Business RadioX studios in Atlanta, Georgia, it's time for GWBC Radio's Open for Business. Now, here's your host.
Lee Kantor here, another episode of GWBC Open for Business, and this is going to be a good one. Today on the show, we have Rose Gordon, and she is the founder CEO with Pink Maison. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I am so excited to learn what you're up to. Please share with us a little bit about the story behind Pink Maison.
Sure. So Pink Maison was born out of a deep passion for fashion and my desire to create a platform that supports new and talented designers. When I started the brand back in 2020, I wanted to help designers to bring their visions to life and to connect with people who would really appreciate their unique perspectives. Since we launched, we have evolved into something much bigger than I imagined. We are not just a typical fashion brand. We are a full community, giving designers resources and support, and also connecting, connections that they can grow their brands with. It's been an incredible journey, and I'm so proud of how far we have come.
So can you share a little bit about your backstory? How did you get involved in fashion?
So I started back in 2015. Back in 2015, started my first fashion show at the Hotel Pennsylvania in Times Square in New York. The fashion show, it was just something for me to promote my online boutique. And it's evolved from there. Other designers saw what we were doing and wanted to be a part of it. And between 2015 and 2019, my fashion shows has grown to hosting over 400 people in attendance. And I really wanted to get a little bit deeper beyond the runway and connect with the designers. And I decided to starting to have small conversations with them, learning more about their brand, about, their journey, and wanted to know where their pain points are. And it just dawned on me that, hey, every single one of these designers, they need support. They need resources. Some of the designers were within the industry for over 20, 30 years, and they are just doing it because they love it, but they're not making any money at all from it. And that was just too heartbroken to me. I was just sad over that. And I decided to start, Pink Maison, where we're not just doing fashion shows. I really wanted to be impactful. I really wanted to change these designers, change their lives, change their brand. And then that's how, Pink Maison was birthed.
Now, when you were at that stage, I'm sure it's frustrating to the designer and maybe you also that you were able to see this, is that there's so many talented people, and sometimes the most talented person isn't the one that wins. It could be somebody else, exactly. And that could be because of politics or somebody exactly. knows somebody who is helpful. And it's so fragile to make it, and it's so difficult to kind of go through this journey and get the happy ending you desire. Is that kind of what helped you, really say, I got to lean into this community. I got to help them help themselves.
Yes, absolutely. You're so right. It's the politics and the who within the industry. Fashion, it's very glamorous, but it's also very ugly on the inside. And for me, I'm seeing these talent, and they're not going anywhere. Some of these brands, they just need a little bit of resources. They're just a little bit of advice, and it was just very overwhelming, and frustrations, of course, to the fact that they're not getting the kind of exposure that they deserve. And so that really helped me to motivate me to really go deeper and to create this platform to to really show the support that they, to give the support that they deserved.
Now, what was it like kind of early on when you had this idea of, I want to help these new designers succeed? Did you have somebody individually that you helped that you were like, okay, I can do this. Look at how I was able to help this person. Or did you have some clues that, hey, I am the right person to be starting this community?
To be honest, when I started out, I, as myself as a small business and trying to make the most of what I started, it was really difficult. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. For me to get the resources, and at some point, how I wanted to help, I wasn't able to really give that help because I didn't have that kind of. I know it's there, but I didn't have access. So what I did, I opened it in 2020, 2021, and 2022 throughout the whole COVID. I kind of like stepped back a little bit and wanting to learn. I wanted to learn more because I didn't go to school for anything in fashion. I just love fashion. I have an MBA and I'm a marketing person. So I was able to step back a little bit and look at what is in front of me, look at my weaknesses. And I decided to do a whole relearning, like unlearning and relearning, throughout the process, like doing accelerator programs, which give me access to, to different communities. And also not just to the different communities, it's now giving me mentors. And I was able to do that for the past 2.5 years, just learning and growing and getting access to and resources, and was able to harness all of that. And now being able to, distribute it among my community. So at the beginning, it wasn't easy. I was able to help, but I really wasn't able to help the way I wanted. And trust me, there are times when I'm up at night doing research, or during the daytime just making calls or going to different networking meetings and doing Zoom meetings, or just trying to get myself into rooms to be able to get, because I know the resources are there. I know it was there, and I just need to present myself or position myself in a better way, so I can get them and then utilize it, distribute it among the designers. I was able to bring designers to New York Fashion Week for them to present their collection at New York Fashion Week. That was a major break point for some of these brands. They've never, ever done that with their brands. Some of them, they've been doing it for over 20, 30 years, and they've never, ever shown in New York. I was able to get media spotlight for designers, notable media like Getty Images, and these were, just to see the look and the smiles and the growth in the designer, in the brands, and in their personal building too. It's the icing and everything else after, going through the trials and tribulations.
Now, can you share some of the ways, maybe how it's evolved? Like, how did you begin to support these emerging designers? And I'm sure whenever you have a new idea, you keep adding to the value of being part of this community. But can you share some of the ways that you're supporting these designers and explain
Sure.
why that this is so special and different?
So sure. So my company, I started out, with my showroom to complement doing our fashion shows. Our fashion shows is one of the biggest platform that we use to support them. But again, it's go beyond just the runway. The showroom is where we bring buyers into the showroom to get them to look, feel, see, and purchase and actually buy from these designers. So they're making sales. Another area that we focus on is the scholarship. And we do offer, through my foundation, we do offer scholarships to students that are currently pursuing design and business. And in regards to the buying process, goes in two different ways. We do the retail, which is online or in person, and we do the wholesale, which we encourage designers and the ones that have the capability to can sell to different boutiques or different big box stores, and that in itself give them that income that they've been dying to make from their companies.
Now,
and we also provide additional resources, like financial resources, service provider resources. Financial resources is we will share any kind of opportunity for them to apply for grants and small business loans. We will help them with their application process as well. We'll make sure that their business is good in terms of licensing and everything like that. We also help them with service provider, meaning that if they need help with their website, if they need help with their social media, or even to create a business plan, we can direct them to someone or a business that can help them with that.
So how does it work? How does someone join and become a member of the community?
So they be a member of my community. It's on our website. It's a subscription base. It's like $29.99. They pay per month. They pay us per month to join, and they can join through our website, through the pinkmaison.com website.
And then so they just pay, and then they can.
Yes, they paid. Once they paid, we add them into our community, and they are in that community, and they get all the resources. Once they come in, we typically make sure that they're introducing themselves and communicating with others and learning from others within the community. And to also, before we even add them into the community, we want to make sure what is it that they're looking to get from the community? What are their pain points? What are they working on right now? So we can direct resources to them once they get in.
So, like, how far along do they have to be, or will you take anybody at any level? Like, how about if they just think they are interested in maybe pursuing this? Is this the right place for them, or do they need to get, something where they've actually produced clothes or gone to school for this? Like, how advanced do they have to be?
So we do have two different levels of designers in our community. We have the students, or the ones that are just starting out. Those doesn't have to be a student, but the ones that are just starting out, and they're, we have to give them those training wheels, be very hands-on with them. And then we have the ones that they've pretty much been through a lot of stuff, doing an amazing job with their marketing, or they just need help with their marketing. So we have two levels. And so the entry levels, we would assess where they are, what their goals are, what are they trying to achieve? Because sometimes, it's being an entrepreneur is not the feint of art. So we try to assess them first. What is it that you're looking? How can we help? What are your goals? We go through that process first. And then we will work with them accordingly. And with the advanced and what we call the ones that don't, they've graduated their training wheels and just looking for support, we'll do the same, and we will work with them accordingly as well.
So now, you mentioned earlier that you were able to invite some of your folks to New York. Mm-hmm. Is there other opportunities, maybe internationally? Because, obviously New York is a place for fashion here in America, but there's obviously other places around the world. Is there other ways that you can help them kind of be seen internationally?
Yes, absolutely. So, and thank you for asking that. So, Pink Maison, we have just, within the past couple of months, started working with designers international designers. We've been working with international designers through our old fashion show process, but now we have really streamlined it to where we're bringing international designers into the U.S. And specifically, we're working with designers from Lagos, the Ivory Coast, and other areas to bring into the U.S. And this is something that we are looking to expand in terms of hosting shows and pop-up showrooms and workshops in those areas for 2025 and 2026. And of course, those opportunities are also open to our designers that are here and who wish to work within that community, within those markets as well.
Now, do you have any advice you could share for other entrepreneurs? Maybe they're not in fashion, but they would like to build a community as well. Is there any kind of tips you can share about starting, launching a successful community like you've been building?
Yes, I would say ask for help when you need it. No one is going to know what you want, what are your needs if you don't ask. I would say ask for help. And secondly, have an open mind for learning. Never stop learning. You think you know something, but honestly, there's more to know. And if you have those two mindset, I think it will be it's an amazing start, because not only you open yourself for new information, you also open yourself for help. And honestly, those are the two recipes to build and to grow in a business.
Now, why was it important for you to become part of the GWBC community and, work in the way that you're working for, with women and such a diverse clientele?
Well, I was introduced to the community through one of my cohort program that I participated in. Again, that open mind of learning. And after doing my research on them, I realized that they're doing amazing things for women-owned businesses. And that to me is a community of support. Being an entrepreneur can get really lonely at times. And sometimes you need to be in a room where others can understand you. And the GWC community was, I would say, it has helped me tremendously throughout this past year. The community of women, the events that they host, the support that they give, the resources that they offered is priceless. And I would encourage women to really reach out to any of their chapters in any of the states and be part of it. It's amazing.
So what's next for Pink Maison? What's on your roadmap?
So I will just continue to champion women businesses or designers, minority businesses, being able to grow with them, planning for shows and or immersive fashion shows or pop-up events in new cities, and also expanding our online platform to reach even more designers. We're also looking to working with more powerful partners, bringing more partnerships, and to give greater exposure and opportunities to our designers. I'll see in the next few years, I really see Pink Maison becoming a major force in the fashion industry, known for helping emerging designers and thrive to make our mark within the industry.
Is there a success story you can share with maybe one of the people in your cohort or maybe somebody you know that has been able to benefit from being part of the community?
Absolutely. There are a couple of success stories, but I'll start with a student designer that been a part of us since 2020, and she's a graduate of SCAD, and I'm so proud of her. We brought her to her business, and we brought her to New York, have her presented on New York Fashion Week twice. She has sold gowns within our showroom. She had styled influencers. She has styled fashion magazine covers for the past year. I think right now she's looking to scale into bridal. She's doing bridal right now, and I'm so proud of her and can't wait to see her journey and how it's evolving into the success that we know she will be.
So if somebody wants to learn more, can you share the website or the social
yes,
best way to connect?
Absolutely. So anyone wants to know more, they can visit our website, which is the www.pinkmaison.com. And our social is pink.maison. And they can DM us, send us an email, and we will definitely strive to get them into our community and work with them.
And that's PINKMAISON.com?
Correct.
Well, Rose, congratulations on all the momentum and the success. You're doing such important work, and we appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
All right. This is Lee Kantor. We'll see you all next time on GWBC, Open for Business.